What's good, everyone? It's your boy Santo G, back at it. You already know, spreading unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, if you're new here, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell. It don't cost you nothing and it will help out this channel. So today, I wanted to continue with my life story. I ended it off with me getting to East Lake Juvenile Hall and getting tested by that inmate CI. And what I meant to tell you guys is the Perkins. It's called the Perkins operation or something like that. But that's when they put an inmate CI in your cell just to get information from you. So all my youth, it don't even gotta be my youth. It could be older homies in general, my human kind in general, females, males, you know what I mean? It don't matter where you from, man. Y'all beware with that Perkins operation. That's when they put an inmate CI in your cell just to get information from you. So, boom. I get there, they put homeboy right there. They just wanted to know where I was from. Boom. They put me in a cell. I remember, I don't know if I went to medical that same day. I ain't gonna lie, the first 24 hours is a blur. This was morning process, probably already afternoon. So yeah, I wanna say I went through that whole little processing and they put me in a cell. I remember I went in and it was just a hallway. To the side, it was like a couple doors down. Went in there and it was one of those cells where I did the skit where I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? Where am I? Fuck, not again. Not again. It was a cell like that. It was just a cell with a bed, and then it had a camera in the corner, and then I think it had a sink and a toilet. That's it, you know, everything in one. Going there, I think I was so like just depressed and just shocked that I just ended up falling asleep. I remember I fell asleep and I ended up dreaming that I was on the street. I was dreaming so good that I was on the street that when I woke up, that's literally how I woke up, man. I'm gonna play that skit. I'm gonna put that skit right here. Fuck. What the fuck happened? No, God, please, no, God, let this be a dream. Let this be a dream, not again. Fuck. So that's literally how I woke up right there, like, fuck. Except the not again, you know? I just woke up with the what the fuck? Like, I'm really in here, like, fuck. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to cry, like, I couldn't though. Like, man, fuck. Hot, just tripping, like, damn. The hood I just told me the day before that I was gonna do no more than like 39 years. I was just like, fuck, like, shitting bricks. I woke up to them turning on the light. Bright ass light in the morning. Wake up, they give me a fish kit, that little toothpaste with that little ass toothbrush, you know what I mean? Nasty ass toothpaste. Tastes like glue and shit. Brush my teeth. Boom, they opened the door. I step out to the hallway, and I remember it was like a couple of people. So we just walk, and then at the end, it was like just a hallway and then like L shape, and there was like a day room with a table and just like seats on both sides. So you guys seen the movie American Me? You know how they got the long tables with the bench, people could sit down on both sides. It was like that, and then it just had a TV. Remember, I walk in, give me my breakfast. It was like some sticks. It was like French toast sticks with a sausage and some syrup and like a milk. I remember I couldn't eat for shit. I was just right there looking at it like, and there was a homie next to me. He was like, you're not gonna eat? I like, I can't. He's like, fuck, shoot it. Gave it to him. That fool was grubbing. You could tell it wasn't his first time being busted. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You could tell it probably his second, third term. Like, homeboy was just grubbing. I was just right there, sick to my stomach. Boom. Right there. Had a little day room in the morning. And then that's when I went to medical. I remember at medical I tripped out because you go to medical and it's just it's a gang of benches. Kind of looks like when you go to church. You know how when you go to church it's the altar in the front and then just the gang of benches. It's a gang of benches like that, like wooden benches. I just remember I sat down and there's hyenas right there too. As you're going to medical, there's females in mixed. I believe there was a female sitting next to me, you know what I mean? Right there. I ain't gonna lie, I was so depressed and so out of it that I wasn't even thinking about hollering at that point. I was just like, fuck. Thinking like, fuck, you know what I mean? But I did trip out on that. That's why I'm pointing it out. I did trip out that we went to medical together. So, boom, I see medical. Then after medical, I go to RS. They take me to RS. I believe I was on the S side or the R side. Whatever side was on the right. So, boom, I get there. Soon as I get there, boom, Hudas bang on me again. Like, where you from? Woo woo. Like, man, nah, I ain't from nowhere. They're like, you beefing with this barrio? You beefing with that barrio? And to me, I always, like I said, I was laced up like you don't admit to anything. You feel me? You're not gonna admit to being a gang member because they're gonna use that against you. You're not gonna admit to this because they're gonna use that against you. So I said, Chales, tell me why I landed in a dorm where there was like 4 or 5 homies from 18. And where I'm from, you know what I mean, at the time we was going at it with the tiny winos, you know what I mean, with the 106. Shout out Young Dopey, much love to all the homies, you know what I mean, from the 6th block. Much love to all the homies on that side, you know what I mean, it's all love now. But back then, it was when we was bumping heads. So, boom, I get there. Tell me, hey, there's like 4 or 5 fools here from 18. Like, you landed in the straight block of none but homies from 18. Like, what? And the only reason why I like knew that is because I landed in a cell. There was a Pyru. I'm not sure if he was a blood. I'm not sure he was from 20 Bloods. He was either a Pyru or blood. But he wasn't from Inglewood because at the time we was bumping heads with all the Bloods and the Pyrus in the city, you know what I mean? But he wasn't an opposition. So I landed in his cell. Boom, bang on each other. And he was a stocky homie too, like stocky. He used to work out. He's the one that taught me to work out with you get the towel, you know what I mean? You get the towel, you fold it, you put your feet on it, then you roll it like that. He used to do that all day, almost all day. He used to be right there. I remember he had big old forearms, you know what I mean? So, boom, I landed in his dorm. Tell him where I'm from. He's like, who you beefing with? Let him know. Woo woo. He's like, man, you right here straight up. Like, you landed in the wrong place. Come out to day room. Soon as I come out, I remember it was that fool Malo. Yeah, it was Malo from the 106. Soon as we come out, he was a KP. He was out there sweeping. So as soon as I come out, boom. I believe we came out for like lunch or something. So boom, I came out for lunch. Boom. People banging on you, you know, neighbors. I believe the first homie that banged on me actually is the homie Creeper from Junior Mafia. Salute the homie Creeper from Junior Mafia. I wonder what happened to him. Because I was right there with him. He ended up staying there. I left to Silmar and then he caught up to me like a year later. Like once he got sentenced and he was waiting to go to YA. But that was the first fool to bang on me. And as a matter of fact, they don't get along either. But he was right there like, Trick. So boom, he bangs on me. Told him like, what? Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright. As soon as you heard that, Fumalo, what? Whoa, whoa. Dissing. What? Like, what you mean? Whoa. He comes at me, but he has the broom in his hand. And at the time, I knew that we're all deep. So I ain't gonna lie, I didn't diss. I was just like, what? Like, throw that broom. Like, put that broom down. You feel me? Like, I was still holding my ground, but without dissing, because I knew I'm like, these fools are deep here. You know, they gonna all hop up and they gonna jump me. Marcelli had just told me that they had just jumped somebody the day before, like a few weeks before. Them fools had all just came back from the box. There was 2 fools that had landed there, some 2 crimies, and same thing. They got into it back and forth. They all hopped up and had like a little rumble. So it was known that was their block. I just had bad luck, and I never admitted shit to Judas to be like, oh, keep me away. That was never me, you feel me? So, boom, I land there. We're right there. We're going back and forth. I'm like, man, drop that broom, homie. Like, woo, woo. Going back and forth, the Judas come. Calm down, woo, woo. We calm down, whatever. Finish eating. Go back to my cell. And then I believe they ended up running school or something. And I just ended up coming out. Or was it visits? Because I was there like 2-3 days. On my 4th day, I got direct filed. So it's kind of still a blur though. I remember we came out, had that interaction, the little back and forth. And we came out. I don't know if it was for visits. I think it might have been visits. I might have got arrested like the day or 2 before visits, because my jefita was there right away. So I might have went to visit, and I think we had got stripped out. And salute the homie Trusty from 18 from the Rancho Park. He got the RPK on the back of his ear. He's all blasted up though, but salute him. Stocky fool. That fool was big, you know what I mean? But he kept that shit G. So we go to visit, and I remember I'm waiting after visit, and I knew that everybody that was there, that fool was like the leader of the group. You feel me? You know how you always got that one where it's like, you know, whatever they say, or like they're like the main ones kind of. Well, that was him. He was bigger, stockier, and you could tell like he had influence on them. That's what I was trying to say. You feel me? He had a lot of influence on them. So, boom. Remember, after we get searched, he's going to get water, and I scope him out. So I go. The water fountain was right next to the bathroom. So I go. I don't know if he was going to the bathroom. So I go to get water. He goes to the bathroom. So I go to get water. As he's going to the bathroom, I'm like, hey, G, like, check this out. I'm like, hey, look. Straight up, like, we could run it. I could line it up with all you fools. Like, I don't have no problem lining it up with all you fools. But all I ask, you know what I mean, as a man, homie, is just give me that fair one. You feel me? Like, we could go in there, lock legs, however you want. But let me get my ones. You know what I mean? Let me get my one-on-one. All I ask is that y'all fools just don't jump me. Straight up. And he respected that, you know what I mean? As a man, he's like, hey, you know what? Like, Trip, I respect it. He was, like I said, he was from Rancho Park, so it's a little bit more far away. The one that was mainly tripping and that we needed that and get that out the way was that Fumalo. So they had a Jura that would set all that up. So he's like, hey, don't trip. Like, we'll get it figured out. You know what I'm saying? We'll set it up. Like, don't trip though. I'll give you my word that we won't hop you. Like, we won't jump you. We'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, for sure. That's all I'm asking for. You feel me? Boom, went inside my cell, and I ain't gonna lie, man. I was shitting it. Like, fuck, I'm gonna have to run it with these fools. Like, at that time, you know what I mean? I'll put this picture up. You know what I mean? I was still tall, but I was still skinny like I am now. You know what I mean? I've always been slim. Motherfuckers were all stocky. You could tell they were camp babies, juvenile hall babies. That fool Trusty was stocky. That fool Malo was stocky too. You know what I mean? So, long story short, I end up getting direct file. They end up coming out of nowhere and just picking me up. I go to court, and then straight from court, literally straight from court, they come pick me up. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, I was supposed to go to court like on Monday or something, or Tuesday, and they picked me up on Friday. Took me to court. They're like, you're getting direct filed. I'm like, what you mean direct file? Like, let me get a phone call. They're like, nah, you can't call nobody. You're about to go to court. Like, what you mean? They're like, you're about to go to court. After court, wherever they take you, you'll be able to get a phone call over there. What's going on? They throw me on a van by myself, straight to Inglewood Court, adult court at that. Boom, next thing you know, I'm on the same van going straight to Sylmar. Literally, it was a special transport just for me. Nobody else on the van. Literally straight from me right there talking to them and trying to ask for a phone call. Get shackled up, van, courthouse, straight to Sylmar. Next thing you know, I'm getting off at Sylmar. Like, I'm walking. I see the big old field. Barry J. Nardoff, Juvenile Hall. Man, everybody, let me know. Anybody that's been at Sylmar, which I'm pretty sure a lot of the homies that be watching my content, let me know your story. Let me know what building were you in when you first hit Sylmar. Come on, it's gonna help with the engagement. So, boom. Get to Sylmar. See the big old field. I'm just looking like, damn, they had a nice field. But nope, I'm going to the middle. Big old walkway, barbed wire, big old cages, and just 4 buildings in the middle like this. You right here, like what? Yeah, this is where all juveniles get housed that are fighting adult cases that are 9 times out of 10 facing life sentences. I'm like, what? As soon as I get there, I walk in. Same thing. Walk in, the little bubble right there. They question you, where you from, so on and so forth. But except there, as soon as I get there, I'm walking. I tell them, you know what I mean? They see my file. They're like, oh, you know, you got a homie here. Next thing you know, they call the homie Lil Triste. Shout out my boy Lil Triste, man, Lil T. Man, good times, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, he pops out. I see him, see his face, like, what the fuck? Oh shit. Go to my cell, he comes to my cell, chops it up with me. First thing he tells me when he sees me all scrawny and shit, first thing he tells me is like, hey bro, you just start doing push-ups. I remember I couldn't even do 10 push-ups. I couldn't even do 10 push-ups, and that's a fact. All my people watching, man, all my raza, all my youth, start doing push-ups, man. If you can, start lifting weights. Cause you never know. You never know. Especially if you live in that thug life, you doing stuff that you might land behind them walls. If you a juvenile, man, you gonna have to run it. Straight up. You gonna have to run it. You gonna have to make your name proud. Anybody that you talk to that was in the halls with me, they gonna tell you, oh, that fool was solid. You know what I mean? He was running them. Straight up. That fool Dumbo from Palmas, when he was in there punking everybody, didn't nobody do nothing. My small ass, that was probably the smallest one out of all the people he punked, I was the only one to boop out, boop out, boop out, slide them, you know what I mean? And earn mines, like. But yeah, man, that's just time of me landing in East Lake in a dorm full of enemies, straight up. And it took straight up going, and as a man approaching, like, hey, look, I ain't scared, none of that, but what's up, you know? Give me my fair ones. Give me my fair ones and we could run them. And homeboy understood, like, hey, I respect that. You feel me? You didn't come dissing, none of that. You just came and said, hey, look, we're going to get that out the way. But let's just do it like, man, and let's run it, you know what I mean? We could either just jump up and get sprayed within a matter of a few seconds, or we could just run it like, man, straight up. And, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's where people salute. And that's how it was right there in Sylmar. Straight up. Next one, I'm going to talk about Gladiator School and the Hura setting up the fights. Room 37. That's the Thunderdome right there. That was where people would go boop out, boop out, boop out. There was some people that they'll just open the door, let you go in there, and then just let you get it, and then just come back and, hey, yeah, and then close it. That was one. Just open the door, let him get it. There was another one that he'll be in there. He'll be like, you ready? You ready? Like straight fight night. You ready? You ready? Let's go. Anybody falls, he'll be like, stop. Stop. Let him get up. Let him get up. All right, go. But he wanted 3 rounds. If you got down with homeboy, he wanted 3 rounds. And then there was another one that he'll just let y'all get like a quick one. Quick. Out the way, and then y'all stuvo, you know what I mean? Y'all stay tuned for the next episode. I appreciate everybody tapping in, man. Unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, let's get it.